Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the show once again. This is Ruan Fire and the Caseking of the Hill, cool by Alpenföhn. Week 8 is where we're at. We're on the second map between dAT Team and London Conspiracy. So, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys are going to invite your friends. Let everyone know that it's a cool game going on here, and we'll try and bring you the action. It was a close game on Mirage, but it looked like London Conspiracy did have the upper hand pretty much throughout that second half. That was a good performance from the Norwegian-Swedish mix that's going on here. And of course, I'm not alone. I do have Vendetta and Semler with me, though I think Semler is just out and about. Yeah, webcam not showing anything. But Vendetta, are you here with me?
I'm always here, Anders.
I appreciate that so much. And actually, the players are already joining the server, so we might as well switch it over to the game instead of spending too much time talking. Now, before we do that, we do have a couple of things to show you guys. Obviously, we do have a giveaway. One of the CPU coolers you can see on the screen there. We're going to give away one of them from Alpenföhn. We're going to give away one of these headsets that I'm wearing from Bitphoenix and one of the graphics cards from Asus that you could see at the bottom of the screen there as well. So that's the Facebook raffle, the last one. Go and do that. The rest will be given away on the stream later today. So stick around for that. Don't want to miss it. And we also have some subscriber giveaways. So I'll show you what it is here. One of the sub giveaways is this M4A4 that a guy called The Dude has given us. So thanks for that. We really appreciate it. And the other one is this knife that Stony gave to us. So we're going to give this away as well. And yeah, that's for subs. So big thanks to everyone for subscribing. Really appreciate it. There's no limit before we give stuff away. It's just going to be a little bit later this evening once everyone's had a chance to join up. So yeah. Second on Inferno, and I mean, this is a map notoriously that London Conspiracy are pretty good at playing, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. They're definitely known to be strong on Inferno, and I guess you could say during their first time of I guess when they first rose to fame, more or less within the CS community as a whole, it was through a lot of their games on Inferno. That's where they took it to the very best teams. And they've continued to do so for quite some time, with a couple of exceptions where they had a few weeks where they weren't doing too well on Inferno. But yeah, this has been kind of the staple map of LC/H2K for their entire existence.
It has been, but now they don't have their full lineup, so I'm wondering how that's going to affect everything. Because you were talking about how on Mirage, it may have pushed them to play a little bit more aggressively on the CT side. And that can be a little bit more tricky, I think, on Inferno. I think Mirage is a map that lends itself more easily to counter-terrorist aggression than Inferno does.
Yeah, but I also think that retakes on Inferno are somewhat easier to coordinate than on Mirage. That's mainly because you have somewhat limited options in terms of how you want to go about it, retaking a bomb site on Inferno compared to Mirage. So it's going to be fewer options, and that way you can easily, or more easily, coordinate within your teammates, even though you are a mix. Then it comes more down to communication instead of having something pre-planned ahead of the game.
Well, we'll have to see if it's going to work out for them. Obviously, it's a one-map lead right now for London Conspiracy, and whoever wins this is going to be playing up against Fnatic, and that's our last match of the evening. Coming up next, of course, it's a best of 3, so it's definitely going to be very exciting as well. So big thanks to all of you for joining. Now we are finally live, and I see we have Semler back as well. How are you doing, Semler?
No, I'm doing swimmingly, man. Just looking forward to this second match. I want to see these guys clash now on Inferno. I feel like it's going to be a bit more of a balanced match, perhaps. I mean, Mirage, definitely one of those maps that's kind of sort of like Dust Tube, maybe in the sense that, you know, with aggression you can really turn things around, but Inferno's a bit more of that stable map that all the teams are really familiar with. So I expect some good plays from both of these teams, but LC, or pardon me, dAT will pick up the knife round. So they'll get to start on the CT side and have the easier start here.
Yes, they will. And yeah, I guess they could end up needing it now. They just need to also win the pistol round, which is not always easy, depending on what kind of setup that they're going for. I mean, what do you think, Vendetta? Is it going to be like a slow tactical push coming out here from the terror side, or is it going to be more like a crazy Glock train?
I think that's completely 50-50. We might see a bit of a crazy Glock train actually coming out of them, seeing how they are a mix. But as of right now, it seems like they've actually posted up pretty standardly for any sort of team on the T side.
Flamey taking a fight over with Dennis here, and Prof actually trying to pre-fire onto World Edit, so press rack, sorry. So a little bit of a back and forth over at the B bomb site. I thought actually because they all have body armor right now on LC side that it would have been a straight rush into a bomb site, but they are taking a little bit more slowly than I thought, and that's going to come back to bite them here. Poly goes down. Blade will get the entry frag over at Boiler Room.
Yeah, and I think the initial idea was the fact that they wanted to put early aggression on towards Banana simply to make that team use their nades. And you can see now they're actually doing the Glock train in towards speed.
They are. Flamey's going to go down, and it's a really, really good opening here. World Edit, long distance with the USPS, wants to pick up a kill. The bomb will be going down, and so will World Edit. So now the retake's going to be even more troublesome, especially as Skirk picks up that one kill. He's going to be fighting with a knife against Bondic. Not really sure what that's about, but either way, it's a 1-on-3 retake coming out here from the CT player.
This is just going to be incredibly hard, and actually he might want to just save that CZ for the upcoming round. Buy some cheap armor, maybe get an exit frag or two, but try to survive as best as possible. But Rain's not gonna let that happen.
I mean, it is upgraded now to costing $500, so it actually isn't completely, a mad idea just saving it, even if you don't have armor. Might be worth it, but he's not going to be able to do it, and London Conspiracy will win the first round of this second map here. Slightly annoying, probably, for that team.
Slightly annoying, and especially, I think they're feeling a tiny bit sour about the fact that they only had one smoke towards the B-bomb site, because as soon as that smoke went out, LC just pounced.
He's walking in. I'm going to take down Blade. First kill here. World Edit taking a little bit of damage, and then instant rotation happening from the two members that were at the B-bomb site, Pressrack and Flamey, going really quickly towards Archway, which seems like the right call, but I'm not sure it's going to make a big difference here. Dennis is just unstoppable with this P90. Well, okay, I cursed him. Pressrack takes him down. He's actually not unstoppable at all.
No, Bondic, he is human.
Yeah, Bondic could potentially take out the bomb as it goes down, but Skirk's already waiting there. So that's a pretty good anti-eco from LC. Only losing Dennis, and that was after Dennis picked up 3 cracks with the P90, so he's not going to be hurting for money in any real way. So, yeah, all over good anti-eco from LC.
It's going to bring us into the third round, where, once again, they don't really have a lot. They have a couple of flashbangs, and I generally am a big fan of buying these flashbangs in a round like this. Because you could pick someone off. There's the flashbang coming out. Flamey's going to peek behind it. They don't catch anyone. And as they push forward, they might get caught themselves. In fact, they will get caught here, but I still think the idea of investing, $400 into a round like that, buying 2 flashbangs and trying your luck is, I think that's still an admirable idea.
It's a nice idea. I would have rather seen it in the previous round, though, where they actually had more firepower than what they did in this round.
No.
Again, pretty straightforward anti-eco from LC, only losing Pauf. And again, Pauf picked up quite a few kills, or he picked up 2 kills before dying, so he also got some money to work with as we go into the first buy round for that team. And this is a big round for that team, and I'm curious to see whether or not they're going to rely heavily on World Edit to pick up those entry frags like they did on Mirage.
Certainly has the AWP for it, and Dennis has one on the other team. They're playing quite aggressively, and that's a great spray down. I mean, Pauf got crisped over by Banana, but Rain got a double spray down on Pressrack and Flamey. Bondic with a good kill on Poly, sneaking through the smoke, and somehow we're still in a 2-on-3 here, and actually Bondic and World Edit could do this. That smoke's going to prevent World Edit from holding the bomb site, and can he spot anything over here? They don't have a smoke right now for coils. One click is maybe going to be enough. Rain almost takes down the second one, or third kill. It's not going to happen. The bomb will go down. And now it's a straight retake coming out. Dennis is going to finish it off. Triple kill for himself, and it's a pretty good round coming out from London Conspiracy. And I mean, that was a round that team really, really needed to win, because they had first time they buy, they'd invested a lot into it, and it doesn't connect for them.
It doesn't connect at all, and I think that was a bit of over-aggression, especially with Blade re-peeking out after the 2 first members in Banana fall down. Sure, you're kind of eager to pick up 2 somewhat easy kills, seeing how 2 of the LC members were tagged down to low HP, but that's still too big of a risk to take, because if you come up short, like Blade did, you've basically just given up the B-bomb site and most likely the round.
a good opening kill from World Edit at least, but LC. We usually say 6 rounds is pretty good on the terrorist side of Inferno. And right now they're seconds away from making this a 5-0 lead for themselves. That's kind of hard to deal with if you're the Ukrainian squad here.
It is, and unfortunately for that team, they don't have any nades to work with towards this B bomb site either, so they're gonna have to rely solely on pistols.
A great Molotov's being used by the terrorist side as well. Flamey forced back in towards the orange boxes here. Gonna pick off one kill, could have almost got a second one. Blade picks up an AK, but it's not quick enough. He can't get the kill, and now it's a 1-on-2 for Bondik coming through the smoke. Bomb doesn't get put down, they cancel it. Skirk picks up a triple, and London Conspiracy will make it to 5.
This is definitely pretty one-sided up till this point, and LC have been doing a good job of not rushing into bomb sites versus stacks. Not that that team has had any stacks up till this point during their ecos, but LC are not rushing things. So that's good on their part, definitely. And World Edit and that team, they have to come up huge now. This is the time where they need to stop LC from getting more rounds.
It is. I mean, if they can take 10 rounds clean or something like that, it'd be pretty impressive. They gotta keep going, and we have seen teams in the past kind of... I mean, every time a critical round comes up, they end up losing it, and that's something they just can't afford at this point here. Still more than a minute left on the clock, and a very standard setup for London Conspiracy, actually, especially considering this mixed team format here. It's just the standard Inferno spread, we could almost call it.
Yeah, more or less. You just want to have the two guys in banana, putting pressure, try to waste nades from the CT side as much as possible, and maybe pick up a frag, just like Dennis did there, although over towards the A-bomb site. If they're able to force rotations, then that's job completed, mission accomplished for LC. They just want to create havoc amongst the rotations for that team.
Pretty good smoke timing found here by the CT side. They put up the last smoke they have over at B at about 38 seconds left, so that's not too bad. It's going to make sure that if London Conspiracy go for the B-bomb side, and we can see from the overview that they will, they won't have that much time once they get in here. So that's nice play from the CT side, but they still need to pick up the kills. Now the terrorists are going to be rushing in, and Rain goes down. Flamey with the opening kill, almost gets a second one, but not quite. Frischrak down to the fountain, is going to be sent swimming with the fishes, and now it's 7 seconds left. Doesn't get the pick off here. World Della will pick up one more. Now Skirk, 3 seconds. He's going to put down the bomb, but can he hold it? I mean, 22 health, 1-on-2, and he's trapped behind oranges, or behind New Box here.
The one thing that's going in his favor is the fact that World Edit has no idea where he is.
He's really not sure. He's looking that way now, and he does get the kill. World Edit with a triple and a Molotov to kill him. Even after he's dead, they make sure he's actually going to be burning alive there. So the fish, at least some of them, they stay safe for another round here. And that's going to be the first round that the CT side pick up on this Inferno map.
Yeah, and also, in addition to winning that round, probably most importantly after winning that round, World Edit didn't die with his op. So that team are going to be able to re-equip nearly completely. Only Blade is forced to go with the FAMAS. But they still have most of their nades. They have a couple of Molotovs and all that good stuff. So they're going to be poised to have a new, pretty decent setup to actually defend this. Or, yeah, they're going to be equipped to defend another round from LC. Because obviously, LC are pretty stacked when it comes to cash.
Yeah, they do have a Skirk with a bit of a bank here. And that's always a little bit scary. It's going to be hard, I think, turning London Conspiracy away from the path that they've been on already. Well, maybe it's possible. Set smoke coming out here from Poly. Going to land over towards the pit area, where actually nobody's holding right now. They're holding a little bit further up, so that smoke doesn't really help them all that much, and maybe that's going to be good news. But Dennis still gets the first pick-off on Blade, who was hanging around quad, so it's unfortunate.
And with World Edit having to rotate out right here now, this leads Pau with the opportunity to actually push up onto apps. Luckily for that team, World Edit smokes him out right now, but LC seem really eager to actually push into this A-bomb site.
Great pickup from World Edit. That AWP shot, the second AWP shot as well. Dennis is going to go down to Bondik. Really nice defense here from Bondik and World Edit. A nice combination of the two players make sure that bomb site is held down. And Porf, well, 1-on-4. Bomb is dropped. He's got 15 seconds left. That could have gone much worse, I think, for the CT side. They made it work though.
Yeah, they made it work. Timely smoke from dAT keeps Pauf out of his worries, and the fact that he picks up 2 frags as well in quad there helps immensely for the 2 guys playing from the bomb site. So, nice hold from that team. They only lose Blade, and he was the guy who was kitted out with the FAMAS, so they're going to be pretty happy about that round altogether. And so far, it's actually looking kind of similar to what we saw in Mirage.
2-5, the scoreline, yeah, a little bit, you're right, because what was it, 6-0 before that team got around on the border when it was Mirage? At least they've stopped the train, you know, 1 round earlier this time, and if they can pick up this next round, it's going to be an all-out eco for LC. As you can see, the Terror side have actually picked up 2 AKs and armor, which is not that insane, because if you can see, that kind of just, that resets the money for Porf and Skirk. They had money to go for this and still have enough to buy with the rest of the team later on.
Yeah, Pauf was, luckily for them, able to hold on to his AK from the previous round of Skirk, who we were talking about, was sitting on a bit of a bank. So now they have the opportunity to even out everything, and with 2 AKs, you still have enough firepower to actually get a quick opening towards either of the 2 bomb sites.
Alright.
I love the fact that Skirk is, well, actually right now he's boosted, but the spot where Skirk is sitting on top of Poly as of right now, you can still glitch that, as was heavily used on the old version of Inferno, or I guess the previously, before they did the visual upgrades for Inferno as well. But that bug is back now, so you can kind of stick yourself to the wall and actually shoot straight forward.
It's returned. Pristrak, good flashbang in here. Is Flamey going to be able to charge through? He will. He gets a kill. Pristrak gets another kill and makes it a double, leaving Poly alone. He knows where he is, so he's going to get the kill and maybe even put the bomb down. Bomb plant here would be very nice for LC. That's going to give them a lot more money to work with in the upcoming round, and it's really going to make them buy a round early, in fact. So, yeah, bomb plant here is not that bad. I think it's going to be enough for them to get a buy-in now.
Yeah, it should be. Definitely.
It's definitely going to be enough money to go for a buy at this point. The thing is now, it's just like that, you know, they still survive with 3 guys, so they're starting to get bank on their side, and that's the important bit here, right? dAT on the CT side need to basically be able to ensure money to be able to buy if they lose a round. And where they stand now, they're pretty much in that position, so it's looking better for that. Now it's just a matter of stopping LC from scoring any more rounds this half.
3 rounds in a row. It's not a bad start. But, if they win this upcoming round, they might actually be able to put themselves back on a even keel, make it 5-5 in that sense. Good smoke comes out here from that, perfectly timed, but LC keep pushing through, and they're going to get mowed down. Pristrak and Flamey picking up a kill each. He's reloading in the corner. They're shooting for the smoke here, and he's going to line it up for another one. So, not a bad defense at all. Even though Skirk and Poly are in here, they're very low on health. They're going to get the bomb down, but this is going to be a tough hold, I think, for the Terror side.
Oh, does he hit the nade? No, he hits this nade.
Touchdown.
That was a sick Hail Mary. Alright, World Edit is now on point here with the AWP. Not the best weapon to retake. The flash is going to peek out there. Poly does manage to spot him, goes for the headshot, not going to get it, but he's still alive, and that's the important bit. But not for long. World Edit manages to shut him down fast enough, and the defuse will happen. dAT get their 4th round, have 2 guys survive, and continue to train here, so this is the big thing. They hold on to that AWP, and now they do have the money to be able to drop for their teammates. Like, I would expect to see World Edit actually drop here to make sure that his teammates are fully equipped, and he does do that in the end.
Interesting.
So that's 2 rounds in a row where dAT have had a really nice and timely smoke to more or less mess up the LC push towards B, and it kind of went in the same fashion as the previous push as well. Pristrak picking up 2 kills, Flamey joining in with 1 himself, and that kind of makes it more or less impossible for LC to hold off a retake from that team.
There's already the positioning here from Flamey. He gets the double spray at top banana that clears it up. World Edit gets a freebie on Dennis, who literally just kind of snuck out a boiler there, looking the wrong way, and that didn't help things. So LC losing guys left and right, and that team, it's almost like Mirage all over again, basically. They're just taking time to deal with LC to figure out how LC work, and then they're able to bounce back into the game pretty effectively. That's, what, 5 rounds now for them.
It is 5 rounds in a row for LC, then 5 rounds in a row for the CT side. moving straight into the 11th round. They have a pretty healthy bank right now on their side. 11,000 on World Edit and almost 10 on Bondic as well. So things are looking pretty good. Whereas LC now are... I mean, they're down to Galil's and a C set on Rain as well. They really don't have a lot to work with.
They're definitely struggling. But at the same time, they've lost so many rounds now, they're getting maximum money. So if they can get a plant round after round, then they can keep buying and keep pressuring that. That just needs to get a clean sweep again and stop LC from planting. And then all of a sudden, LC are looking down the barrel of a hard eco. Or at least just, you know, buying P250s. And that can continue to just plod their way towards a successful first half here. Because if they can close out the remaining 5 rounds of this half, that will be pretty good for them. 10-5 scoreline is actually quite good. So that it's definitely within their reach.
What are LC going to do to break this 5-round streak that's happening? I mean, they're setting up in second mid, and, you know, these smokes that they have, the grenades they have out right here, pretty common setup as well. One of them is probably going to land over towards Archway or Library, and one of them is going to land towards Pit. And the question is, which way are they going to go? What do you think, then? Arch or Quad?
I think this might be a quad push, seeing how they have Skirk and Rain posted up in naps.
And they kill both the members that are at quad, so that's about as good as it can get here. World Edit misses the shot. He's going to hit the next one, but it doesn't change the fact that the terrorists are now in the bomb site with the bomb down. And it's a 4-on-3.
That it is. And this is going to be down to the smokes and down to the hold here. There's already Polf in a good position here. He's boxed in Prizrak into Little Pit, and that's not going to help Priz. Priz just hoping that his teammate World Edit is going to be able to create an opening here, but Polf is playing this angle perfectly. World Edit just doesn't have a shot. And all the while, the bomb continues to tick. That team are running out of time, and Priz, not sure if he can actually get out of here intact anymore. Whoa!
That's some really impressive spray down coming out from Prizrak, but at the end of the day, it's not enough. He can't do anything, and he, as you said it right, he was stuck in that corner for way too long. No help afforded, and that's going to be a 6th round for London Conspiracy with a really, really good quad push and a very common one as well. Good smokes to prevent anyone from gunning them down over at Archway, and then, you know, one smoke towards the pit as well. Then they all just ran in apartments 2 and worked out really well. Well, did it. Scoping up towards the middle here. Be nice if they can get back on track. Again, 6 rounds is probably enough for LC to consider this an acceptable first half. They get more than this, and that's where things generally start to get a little bit out of control if you're on the CT side. Very common boost looking over the smoke over at Banana. Not really going to catch anyone, but it's worth the attempt anyway, I think.
There's kind of a half-hearted boost, actually, because Rain didn't actually stand up, so there was no chance of Skirk actually watching or seeing anything over the smoke, which is kind of the idea behind the boost. But again, it seems like LC are setting up for an A push. I mean, why go away from something that just worked? So I think we're going to see something very similar with them smoking off arts, flashing over there, and then attacking aggressively from maps.
Yeah, they're running out of time as well. They are going to have to push for short. Blade gets picked off immediately by Polly from Boiler, so that's going to be a good opening. World Edit is now in position to be able to stop the push up short, but what's happening is LC are actually rotating around to B. Prizrak is waiting on the other side of this smoke, but it's just about to clear. He's only got half health, and they check the wrong angle. He gets 2 kills, and that's good enough. His teammate now, Flamey, is going to be able to rotate into position.
Very important double kill coming out now. Flamey, as you said, over towards the coils here. He's got the AK in hand. There's 7 seconds left. He's going to pick up one. He's going to go for the bomb planter S1, and that's a great triple kill from Flamey. Very nicely handled. Just the compete cool and confidence to just get the kills in the right order, essentially.
Preventing the bomb plant and then taking out whoever is nearby, more or less. So that, yeah, really good hold from both Prizrak and Flamey. It looked like LC were planning on doing the exact same thing that they did the previous round, which worked really well for them, and understandably they did it fairly obvious, so they wanted to draw the attention of that team and make it pretty evident that they are doing the exact same thing, and we're just hoping to see I think a bigger rotation out of that team before they went over towards that B bomb site. Unfortunately for them, Prizrak had pushed down Banana instead of rotating around towards spawn.
What's even better is that Prizrak gets 2 kills, which is, hell, at half HP, even more than you can expect to get from him to begin with. Like, you wouldn't be surprised for him to just get pegged out immediately as soon as that smoke clears. So Priz when it came in big for his team. World Edit is just interested in going on a turkey shoot. He gets 4 kills in this anti-eco. But LC, I think they're gonna. Well, they might actually just save for the last round here, and yeah, it looks like they will. Oh, Paul just goes for a straight AK,
and that's a misbuy.
Yeah, that's got to be.
That's 100% a misbuy.
He's gonna be broke in the next round.
Yeah.
Oh well, maybe he's able to do something crazy. Oh no, actually, well, no, never mind. No, it's still.
They're just evening out their money. Yeah.
No, it's definitely a misbuy from Pav. But you know, maybe he's able to pick up a few frags. He's not gonna get into the clear, you know, in the positive side, even though he picks up a couple of kills because it did buy head armor as well.
Yeah, maybe it was an attempt to channel his inner Hellraisers and just throw in a random AK every once in a while, see what happens.
Well, right now LC are currently laying siege to the B site. The molly goes down, and Paulie gets dropped down to 44 HP. He's not going to be too pleased with that. But they do manage to actually pick up 2 AKs, or rather, Poff had his AK, but now Paulie's got one to work with as well. Poff is about to run right into Bondic, gets the perfect timing at mid, and that is going to be Paulie boxed into Banana now. So this is a fantastic position for them, at least. They're going to be able to just box him in at their leisure, unless they get shot in the face. In which case, now Paulie is loose.
Yeah, and if Blade decides to take this peak, that could mean an open bomb site for Paulie, but he's going to go back to Banana.
Yeah, a little bit too much for him to deal with there. He's going to end up falling right next to the tree. Now, 8-6, and a pretty good comeback from that team, right? First 5 rounds in a row, then a single round loss, and then 3 in a row, just looking to pick up the last one here. And because of that misbuy from Porf, as we were talking about earlier, he only has a pistol in this round.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate for him, but I think he made the right decision once he actually misbought the AK to actually buy up with armor. You kind of have to try to salvage the situation and perhaps pick up a few frags and give your team an opening to work with. And even so, they do have 4 AKs with all the nades and everything they need, really.
Good kill from Rain. Second kill comes in as well. Nice spray control here from the terrorist side, and that's actually not going to give them the bomb site just yet. They still need to deal with World Edit somehow, and he's going to hit a shot right in the hip there. Second kill, could have been a double as well. They killed a guy in library, but World Edit is still really dangerous down here. Smoke's going to prevent him a little bit. Flamey's going to come in and try and see if he can help out. Takes down one. Skirk, very low on health, and he's going to get killed for the box. And Polly, well, no more bullets for Flamey. Pistols out instead, and him and World Edit are going to clean up the round. So that team hold on to it and make it 9-6. Not at all bad.
No, very solid score in the end from them. Flamey with a great retake. I'm sure he was hoping he was wishing he had an M4A4 there. Because with like 2 more bullets, he had that final frag, and he got all 3 with the retake. So it was a close call, but that team 9-6 is actually a respectable score here. So this is definitely solid work from them. If they can get off to a strong start here in the pistol, that team could definitely run away with this game.
That would be interesting. That would put us on Overpass for the 3rd map if it happens. Because if you are just joining us, then LC have already won the 1st map on Mirage. And so right now it is kind of important for that team to step it up here and see if they can win it. LC normally pretty good on the CT side, but they lose a man early on and almost lose Rain as well. It's a great start for the terrorists.
And what we saw Pop just do is something we're probably going to see him do quite a bit of, which is push aggressively into CPL and take the challenge with pretty much anyone who shows themselves in second mid. That's actually something he does extremely often, so I wouldn't be too surprised if some do that the first buy round as well.
Well, we're still hunting around right now for that, at least. They're right now they're kind of spread out, just looking to see if anybody's going to be peeking from LC. But LC, because they're a man down, they aren't actually really going anywhere to get information apart from Skirk, who's camping top Banana, which is kind of like a low risk option for him. He just kind of sits and listens. Is he going to hear anybody? Is he not? Takes the peek. There you go. Doesn't see anybody in Banana, and now this is going to be all the information here for LC. They know exactly where the push is going to come from, but Dennis getting 2 kills is a great start here for the defense.
Oh, look at Rain using this smoke. This is beautiful play. I have no idea how he's still alive. Looking for the kill on Flamey. If he picks up one more here, Rain is a bit of a magician, actually. Dat running in. World Edit will pick up the 1 kill. Polly goes down. And it's going to be dAT's team around at the end. Flamey will pick up a triple kill. But it almost looked like Rain's shenanigans there were going to actually work out.
I actually think they would have worked out if he had been able to maneuver inside the smoke and drop down into pit. because then he would have ended up being coming from the side of all the dAT members. So unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to actually find the drop that you can actually slide into pit from the car. But you know, good effort. But in the end, Flamey with he actually finished it off with a double kill. They take the round and get the start they wanted.
You gotta love this though. Double SMG buy, it's double ump. Dirty money. That's $600 per kill there on Priz and World Edit. So we'll see if they can actually make that work. This could be a great opportunity for them. Already spotting out Poly, doing a little bit of damage to him, who's holding from CT on B site. But dAT haven't committed anywhere. In fact, it's interesting. They're going for, it's almost like a Na'Vi Hellraiser sort of style where they just kind of spread out and wait. There's the peek from Flamey in Apartments, and he's going to pick off Rain. But this is still them just kind of getting information.
And what I don't understand is why it was Rain who was on that stairwell and not Dennis who had the shotgun. Seemed like that would have been a great place to use a shotgun. I mean, CSAT's not bad in that position, but I just think I'm not sure how Dennis is going to use the shotgun in this bomb site. They're really going to have to overcommit to pushing him in here.
Well, we saw IZ doing work with the Mag 7 in similar positions, so that's probably what Dennis is hoping for.
He's hoping for that A wraparound, basically. They run up, by the safe plant, and he just kind of picks them off as they come into the site. That's not what's going to happen, though. This is setting up to be a perfect B take here for that 6 shot from Pauly, the headshot on Priz. But in the meantime, Priz's teammates, all 4 of them, up on the B site, uncontested.
Oh, London Conspiracy forgot about the fact that there was a B bomb site. No, obviously not, and I think it's not a bad call for them to make to try and see, because if they had guessed correctly, if they had got the entry frag like they did with Poly getting that headshot, and then there had been a push to A, that would have been really cool. Unfortunately for them, that's not how it works out, and now, well, I mean, that team's about to take an 11th round here. This could really work out for the Ukrainians. We could be seeing a 3rd map.
This is looking... Oh, Pauly, the jump shot. He lands one on World. World closing the distance. He's going to get picked off. So Pauly with the parting shot. They get 2 kills in the end, they'll see, and that's actually not too shabby. So this is going to be a hard eco from them going into this round. Pauly may be able to pick up a little bit, actually. He invests $500, so a flash and a P250. But I can't imagine the rest of them going to be buying anything here.
And they're moving several people towards that B bomb site, so I wouldn't be too surprised if they don't go aggressive right away. It's going to be a pop flash into Banana with a bunch of LC players running out the 2 dAT players in Banana.
I think you may be right. Poly has got the flashbang. He's set up here, ready and waiting. 3 people on the corner, and now the word is go. They're going to be rushing out here. They find World Edit, and they cannot take him down. Even with all those people pushing right in there, just doesn't work out for London Conspiracy. A great idea in theory, but then, when it came to reality, it worked out rather differently.
They kind of hesitated, didn't they, Ben?
Yeah, and the flash didn't work either. None of the dAT players were actually flashed at that point. So if you bank your entire strategy on a flash working and you miss the flash, then you're kind of out of hope.
What do you have left, really, right?
Yeah, at that point you have USPs and perhaps a P250 here and there, and that's not really all that much to work with.
12-6. I'm curious about what London Conspiracy are going to do to try and change the tide here, because as we were talking about earlier, it's a little bit more tricky for them to go aggressive on the CT side. It's not entirely impossible, but it's a much bigger risk than it is on a map like Mirage, so I don't know, maybe they're just going to continue to play standard. It seems like they have a standard setup right now.
And, ooh, I thought Palf was actually going to go aggressive into Abs once again. He was thinking about it, standing there in Boiler, considering his options. But he seems like LC are going to play pretty passively on the A-bomb site, seeing how they push so aggressively down in Banana.
We're still waiting.
Yeah.
Taking
the standoff game.
Very slowly, right?
It's like a very Na'Vi kind of Hellraiser sort of thing, man. I swear. Like they're content to just sit and run down the clock and wait to see if London Conspiracy get antsy. If they start to get a bit nervous, push around. But Pulp is going to have the opportunity to find a headshot on Flamey, but Flamey will get the shot first. And now dAT actually have an entry onto this A site. Problem is that the rotation is already coming in here. Skirk hasn't wasted any time. They're already nearly fully committed to coming back to A on LC's side.
Skirk misses that opportunity quite a bit. That's a good shot from Poly trying to keep them in archway. And as long as Rain is in the pit, they might still be able to hold on, but he's got a lot of work to do right here. Grenade already raining in, and World Edit is going to wreck him. Basically break him in two with that AWP, and I think the rest of LC need to run here. They can't take this fight 2-on-4. They don't have the money for it either.
They shouldn't take the fight at least, and due to that hesitation to actually just run away and give up the round instantly, World Edit finds Dennis. So that's just putting salt in the wounds for LCA.
It almost looked like a double shot there for a second. They kind of lined up for him, but Dennis will get caught. Pauly running away. He's given away his position, but he's going to get closed in on from all angles at this point. He does manage to dart into construction, but World Edit already rushing him down. And with the P2K, he picks up the frag. So that team are trouncing LC at this point. They've got 13 rounds on the board. LC have to eco. They're going to go for CZs, P250s, whatever they can. But that team are soon to be on 14 rounds here unless LC can come up with a big upset. That's fantastic right now for that. And the last map, just to say, the last map, if we need it, is going to be Overpass here.
No, at this point it's looking likely. This is actually very cool. So yeah, I mean, we always knew that team were a team that can potentially upset, but right now they're doing a fine job. They're hitting some great shots, and LC look a little bit out of place all of a sudden on this second half here.
They're looking a little frazzled. They are pushed around, however, and this is going to catch Flamey off guard. So Rain in second mid will pick up that frag from T-Apps and get an AK for his troubles. This could be good, seeing as how he has Kevlar as well, so he can take a bit of a fight, maybe. His teammate's still on pistols, looking to try and find something. Prizrak gets caught out, however, with the instant reply from World Edit, and he's still standing his ground, World.
Getting some backup from a teammate. Polly's going to be going down, Skirk. Could he kill anyone here? At least do some damage to dAT's economy going further in. And the Terrorists are doing pretty well for themselves. They have not infinite amounts of money, but they could probably lose around and still be able to buy. Bondic running out of ammo, and so did Skirk. They could have knifed him, in fact, but they don't want to go for that kind of play. Bondic with the triple kill, 14-6. Flamey at 12,000 at the beginning. That's scary.
I think the most scary thing on the scoreboard as of right now is World Edit's score. He's only died 6 times up till this point. Prizrak on the same team has died 15. So World Edit is definitely doing work for the Russian/Ukrainians.
Yeah, they're looking. This is why you have to keep an eye on World Edit. Why, you know, sometimes they kind of get underestimated. So World Edit definitely doing a lot here for that. That gathered up outside of B. There's only one guy here to stop this, and it's Pauly. Skirk is prepared. He's cocked and ready to go here for a smoke into B site, but it's going to be too late at this point. Pauly's about to get rushed down, and just like that, that team, they get onto the B site scot-free.
That was just a weird situation because neither Pauly or Skirk could use their smokes at that point. So there was actually no smoke that ever went down towards the B bomb site. And especially if you're playing alone, you definitely want to have Paul use his first smoke just nearly straight away.
Good grenades coming in here from the CT side, but World Edit somehow has lived through, I think, 3 grenades, and now he's finally going to get brought down. The Flamey's coming in from Banana right now. It's Porf, and now just Dennis trying to retake it, and it will not happen. There's just no time for this to work anymore, and that team are going to put themselves at map point here. 15 rounds for the terrorist side, and you know, as you said, a curious B take with no smoke preventing that that walk into the bomb site.
Yeah, that was. But you could look at Skirk, and you could clearly tell that Skirk was just waiting for Pauly to give him the go to throw that smoke. Like he was just sitting there waiting, already aiming to lob that over the buildings towards the top of Banana. But I guess he just never got the answer, and by the time that Pauly knew that he was in danger, it was too late for Skirk to throw that smoke and have it have any kind of effect at all. So that just getting a very quick round in there. LC now, they managed to force up with whatever they can here. Dennis is going to look, he's hunting towards second mid, takes a shot, and he puts it into the wall.
And World Edit did actually spot Dennis' gun barrel, but couldn't find the kill. Dennis moves back a little bit too soon, but Porf goes down. Dennis is going to go for the repeat, and World Edit will pick up that kill easy. So this is just a great version of that coming out here. Very different from what they were doing on Mirage. Rain peeks in, and there are 3 people waiting. I mean, he threw a flashbang beforehand, but that would have had to have been a miracle level flash for it to help him in that situation.
Yeah, and those close confines. World Edit will tag Pauly. Last man alive now is Skirk for LC. He's wrapped around the long, right in front of Library. looking to find a shot, but World Edit is already looking for him. World Edit with the flick will get the final frag. And that puts him at 30 frags, 7 deaths on the button. So World Edit drops the 30 bomb on Inferno, and we are going to map 3.
Sick stuff. That's very enjoyable. So that team bringing it back here, definitely very nicely played by them.